Okay, so we're gonna try to install these guys today. We originally ordered some that were too small for the width of our RV. Thank you. We were a little beat up. We just spent 5 days at Universal, so we're gonna take it slow, take it easy, and hopefully get this project done fairly quickly, but we'll record everything and bring you guys along. Whew, I was squinty back then, but okay, here we go. So we originally thought we were gonna install those in the back of the RV. It didn't work, so we're installing them here. Yeah. So on this side, we're using self-tapping bolts that we had on hand, and on the other side, we are attaching it to the skirt, so we will use self-tapping screws that we also had on hand from other projects. So I went to the other side of the RV with a tape measure just to make sure we had a semi-straight line and that the placement worked on both sides of the RV. So on the passenger side of the RV, we are using, quick cat break. He looks like he's ignoring us, but do you see those ears? He's not. Okay, back to work. So on the passenger side, we use self-tapping bolts because we were actually screwing into the framing. And on the driver's side, we're using self-tapping screws because we are just securing it to the skirt. For this project, we just forgoed, I don't know if that's right. We just got rid of the screws that came with the kit and we used ones we had on hand. These we got from a project where we attached the shelf to our bumper to hold our generator. That's also in our YouTube channel if you want to go check that out. But here we are testing it, making sure it works. It works very well. So now we have to rinse and repeat and do this all over again. This is the hardest part. We're actually screwing into the framing on this part, and those metal shavings were quite hot falling on John's arm. But he's a trooper and he's used to getting burned being a mechanic. Yeah, if you know, you know. Speaking of which, also if you know, you know, this is the project where we lost our 10mm socket. So a little sad about that one, but here we are attaching the second tube. So while John secures the one side, I am supporting the other side of the tube as best I can. We are affectionately calling these the poopy tubes, and I am supporting the other side right now with our stinky slinky, which is the support for the drainage hose when it is actually out and being actively used. If you guys are interested in a how-to on how we set up our campsite, please let me know, but for right now, another cat break. Now onto the final side. This side is a bit easier because we are just securing into the skirting and not actually the metal framing, and we're making sure we have the right nuts for the screws. Again, we're just using nuts we had on hand and not what was actually provided with the kit. I had to stop recording for a minute and help out, and here we are with our final screw. It does look like it's going to be a little overlappy, but just wait. It is actually quite satisfying to watch this go in. Look at that. I don't think we could have gotten that better if we had actually tried to do that. Oh, and there's a good shot of the poopy tube storage, the poopy tubes, and the stinky slinky. So here's a good shot. After every screw went in, we did secure it with nuts to make sure nothing slipped out. And here's a close-up for you guys. And here it is all together. We put them right next to one of our cleanouts, and it let us go from a giant tub to that smaller tub for accessories.